This may come as a shock to some of you, but I didn't view the way Keke Palmer was dressed as being disrespectful. To me, she was just tapping into her sexy. Sex appeal has always been sold, and as an actress, it could be the difference between you landing a role or not. Example, Hustlers. But I also understand that if anyone's going to have a problem with it, it's going to be the person she's with, and no one should be trying to invalidate the way he feels about it. Yes, it's also valid to say that she wore sexy clothing before they got together, and more than likely that was something that he found attractive in her also. It's akin to dating a stripper, then being upset that she's naked around other men. You're correct. And finally, we should all agree that no matter how he felt about it, social media should not have been the medium that he used to address it. All of those points are valid. So what is there really to argue about? Oh, that's what it is. You can care less about what's right or wrong, valid or invalid, but rather what supports the men's side, the women's side, and the ideologies that you've committed to. Our opinion should always be based on the information at the core. If it is said that a person has 6 children by 6 different people and chooses not to take care of any of them, fake story or not, the consensus across both genders should be that we're dealing with an irresponsible person, especially when the person themselves labeled their actions irresponsible. What we got instead was, well, he say he ain't want kids and he would pay for it, so that's on the women for going through with it. I'm on his side. Because we were obviously talking about a man, and those channels' subscriber base are majority men. We neglect to acknowledge that there are several men who didn't want kids, so they moved accordingly and do not have kids as a result. Shout out to MTR. I watched a recent review of his of a woman sitting before Congress, and I'm not sure exactly why she was on Capitol Hill, but I know it has something to do with sports. This woman was asked if there was a difference between a man and a woman, a yes or no question. And instead of answering, she went all around the world to the point where she was able to find Waldo, Carmen Sandiego, and half of America's Most Wanted, in a process of trying to avoid giving a direct answer to a question of which the correct answer was obviously yes. There's a difference between a man and a woman. I have to think really hard to try and find a better example of someone embarrassing themselves more than her. Her inability to acknowledge that simple fact shows just how much some of us are dug in and how far we're willing to go to hold on to our positions. I believe we're going to look back 15 years from now at YouTubers in the same light that we look at the 2000s and the independent women's songs as a pivotal point in the relationship dynamics between men and women, particularly in the Black community. There will be several creators identified as part of the reason there's a Grand Canyon-sized gap between genders and how it was all for monetary gain. I mean, we all want to make money, myself included, but nope, I'm going to write it. I'm going to write that one. I've been called everything in the book for speaking on how I honestly felt about a situation. Everything from a racist to someone who hates his own race to a simp, misogynistic, to weak. Yeah, we know that ain't it. But keep it coming. Keep it coming. Because hit dogs holler. And y'all are exactly who I'm trying to reach. This train is on the same track as another train and is speeding towards us. We have the information along with the opportunity to change tracks and change the course of where we're heading. But time will tell what decision we make. Y'all have a good night. That MTR video should be on your screen right now, man. Y'all check that out. He did a great job on that.